Okay, I believe we are now recording.
Okay, I'm calling the Arts Council of Alachua County, November 1st, 2021 workshop to order at 5:30 p.m.
And because this is a workshop, we'll just have to postpone the approval of the agenda and minutes to our next meeting.
All right, so that would be take us to item number 4, which is call to artist submittals for the Fire Station 40.
Hi.
All right. So the agenda was slightly updated. And so
Okay.
actually Lyra is doing 33 and then Irina's doing 40.
Okay,
So I guess I go first.
Yes, ma'am.
Alrighty. So we received 5 submittals for the Fire Station 33. Glass stained glass art. It is the ambulance themed. I already sent Miss Gina there's some submittals, yeah, their resumes and the letters of interest. I am ready to send out the link to CodaWorks whenever you are ready after this meeting. So whenever you're ready, you'll be able to see the email coming in. You'll be able to sign in and start scoring them. Just remember that you should not talk to each other about the CTA. If any artists or any representatives of the artists contact you, just direct them to me. Do not reply back if it's an email. Do not answer any questions. Just send them to me. And I am going to need your conflict of interest forms and your scores by December 3rd, the latest. If you can do it before then, even better. So we are ready for the rankings and the scoring for the December meeting. And I think that's it that I have to say. Yep,
so that was
that's it.
13, or
I'm sorry?
how many did you say?
5.
5.
So with this, you're going to get a couple of emails. I want to try and keep everything separate just so we don't get ourselves confused. So you're going to receive an email from me on the Fire Station 33 that has all of the extra supplemental stuff that they submitted, like resumes and that kind of thing. And then I'm going to send you a different email for Fire Station 40. Because we have 2 fire stations, it is just a smidgen confusing. So
Yeah, and there's 2 different softwares as well. So
Yeah.
CodaWorks done before and weren't super crazy about it. So sorry about that, but it's what we've got. So at least there's only 5 submittals. So hopefully it won't be too complicated.
I mean, they don't have to use CodaWorks. If they let me know now, I can prepare something else because they still haven't even started scoring on the CodaWorks, for this CTA. If you like to do it some other way.
So does anybody have a preference or do you want to do it through CodaWorks?
What happened? What about the other way that we've been doing it?
So Queen is asking about the like the spreadsheet where we have like the points, and then all the artist names listed down the side, and then she could just assign the points. So is that cool with everybody else?
Yes.
I would try the CodaWorks rating to see what we get.
So however you guys would like to proceed. So Irina would like to try it through CodaWorks. But then I think the others are kind of saying through the spreadsheet. So, as a staff, I don't care which way you guys want to go. I just need to make sure you're all doing the same thing.
Precisely, yes.
I have no preference.
All right. Okay, so I'll prepare the spreadsheet and I'll have it sent out to you guys tomorrow then.
Okay, sounds great. So I'll just send you one email. So you won't get that email from me today. You'll get the Fire Station 33 email tomorrow after Lyra has time to do what she needs to do.
Right. And all right. And that is it for me and Fire Station 33.
Thank you.
All right. I have to go pick up my baby. So take care, guys.
All right,
Bye.
thanks, Lyra.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
And next is the Fire Station 40 with Irina.
Yeah, so we received 15 applications and pretty good artists. I have sent the link already to Gina. She will forward it to you, and it's pretty easy to use. You don't have to register or log in. You just click on this link. You will see a gallery with all images that represents 15 artists. Each artist has 3 images in there, and you can rate each of them. But the average number will show you the top artists based on your vote. So you may select to rate artists based on those images, or you may focus more on image itself. So either way, it will show the top. And also, if you decide to change your mind, you can just vote again for this image and it will save your latest score. So yeah, Gina, I can show you, just click on this, you select your rate, and that's it. Click on any place on the screen, it will close it. Yes, that's it. That's the only thing you need to do.
Am I really scoring? Because I don't want my score to count. I'm just randomly clicking.
Yeah, but I can see it later in IPs. I can just ignore the score.
Okay.
But definitely, yeah, you're really scoring. It's okay.
So it seems pretty easy. You just click on the thing and then you give it however many stars you want. But Irina, is it important that if I've already assigned 1 star that I don't assign 1 star to another one, that I only choose, however many stars once?
You can choose as many stars as you feel this artist deserves, So the idea in this round is to get top, some kind of number of top artists. And it will be based on your rate. So if you don't like their work, you can rate star or something like 2, 3 stars, then you will know that this artist will go down. And if you want to put priority to somebody else, you just give the better score. It's the first round, so you should only rely on your perception of the art and general quality of previous work.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that, if I don't like any of them and I give all of them 1 star, is that okay?
Yes, of course. It will just show this rate. And if other judges rate it 10 instead of 1, then it will be some average for that.
Okay.
And each just to clarify, each artist has 1 photo or picture, right?
3. You can see thin lines separating them. So because we requested 3 images, but they did see in other places mentioning 10 images. Some of them tend to send more, and I tried to make it more equal and use just 3 images per each of them. So you can see the lines, it separates artists. So for example, you like one of them more, you can rate all the 3 images the same rate, or you can rate them differently if you feel like some of works are more stronger than others. Anyway, it will show you then top rated images as well.
Okay.
It's very easy. There shouldn't be any other questions about this. I think later when we decide how many artists we want to invite for the next round and how many of them is going to be paid, then there will be more information about their experience and CV and all the rest.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, in other words, there's, on this, it's just pictures, there's no resume or CV added?
I believe that's correct. Irina, did you hear the question that there's no resume or CV? It's just based on their art submittals?
Yes, that's correct. Yes, that's the first round. It's very easy. You only evaluate artist quality of work based on what was before. And those who if we decide that some of the artists do not work, for example, we actually ask them to provide their 3D experience. And as you can see from the general gallery, there are not that many who created any works like this. So if you feel like somebody is far from there, you can rate them 1 star and they will go down in rating. And those who you feel work better for this criteria, then you can rate them higher. And later we can see more details about all of them.
So how would I know that the person with that picture is experienced if I don't see their resume?
Did you hear the question?
Yeah, you only see at the previous work. You only look at this. It's your perception of the aesthetics. And if you see this artwork in public space, right, you can say whether you like it or not. That's the same.
But I'm judging to, but you're asking me to rank it, right? Without me
Yes.
knowing anything about the person experience.
You don't need to know it at this point, because at this moment you only evaluate artists who goes to the next round.
Then I skip that one.
So you want to withdraw from the first round, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
To me, it's hard. I'm an artist,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And it's hard for me to just look at work and say, oh, I like it. And I know if the person, it had to be the person that did it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because I did some work in Miami and I just happened to not sign it yet. And when I happened to ride by it, somebody else was signing it as theirs.
Oh my goodness.
Right. And it was a grant. So, you know, taking pictures they got for cell phones for the
Mhm.
pictures. But the person could have easily said it was their work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But now you put my resume and their resume, you know it was my work.
Mm-hmm.
So we will compare resumes, and the next round we didn't request those from artists at this point. So to be equal, even if somebody submitted a resume, which did happen, some of them were even trying to submit more images than was requested, or some submitted very poor quality from cell phone screenshots. We just have to figure out like who is the closest to the criteria we announced, and then we can see more about experience when we have to choose.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. How can you tell without looking at the CV or the resume if they're close to the criteria that we put out?
At this point, we don't need any other criteria.
So question for you then, Irina. So what I was thinking how this would go is that the Arts Council, you would review those 15 submittals, and then the top 3 would be the ones that would be invited to do the sketch. So if I hear correctly, like Queen, you're out the whole
Yeah, because
thing.
I don't think it's right. I don't think it's a fair judgment
Mm-hmm.
and comparison, because you know a person can be professional, you know, on resume
Mm-hmm.
more than it is me looking at that, you know, because you know, the guy that did the sculpture
Mm-hmm.
for the first that building down there,
Mhm,
the Justice building,
Mm-hmm.
he came and we, you know, there was a lot of people really not liking his stuff,
Mhm.
but I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And we asked, could this change, that change? And he had his resume was very good,
Mm-hmm.
very strong.
Mm-hmm.
And that gave me the opportunity to look and say, you know, he's pretty strong in public art.
Right.
You know, and the other ones that had submitted their stuff, flamingos, yeah, they brought beautiful flamingos.
Right.
You know, but their resumes didn't stand up to his.
Right.
So that's how he got elected, even though some people was against him, but he was strong in his experiences. So I would want to see the resume.
So this is a first round. The whole process is not just one round as we used to do it before, when we see resume criteria, like as you are going to evaluate now on CODA works. The first round is very easy because we want to include the high diversity of artists and make it easy for them to apply. So we only ask them to submit 3 images of their previous work. You look at those images, you rate them as you feel they fit for this particular call. If somebody doesn't feel, you rate 1. If somebody somebody fits, you rate them higher and we get the top. Then we can select, let's say, all 15 RGs or maybe just 10 RGs and compare them based on their CV and other criteria. But at least those RGs who do not work at all will not be asked to submit all this information, because it's also not fair for them to spend time on something that is not even, they are not going to win. This is the idea in that. And if you want to see the CV, you will see it in the next round. We will just have to figure out how many of those tops we want to consider close there. Is it more clear now?
I mean, you're saying what you said earlier, but I'm still can't comprehend. So
I think it will be more clear once we start using it. So at the first round, just look at the picture, look at your personal perception of aesthetics and how close you think it's to 3D art if they produce it for Fire Station, and leave your rate. And then once they show you the table and the results of the average results of all the voting, it will be more clear, and I'll explain you and show what to do next.
well, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that there's too much time. There's too much time spent to constantly go over it again. Okay, now I gotta go back and read their resumes. Now I gotta go back. Let me do everything at one time, because that's how my schedule is. I don't know about anybody else, but my schedule.
Well,
is-
let's try it. Let's try how it works. At least for artists, it's much easier this way.
Okay. I'll sit down.
Okay.
I look forward to hearing your feedback.
Go ahead.
So, Mr. Chair, are you ready to move on to item number 5?
I think Carol, did you have something?
Didn't. Hello, sorry I'm a few minutes late. Good to see everybody.
Okay, then yes. Item number 5, call to artist update, first for the West Lawn.
So the Historical Commission, they're vetting Dr. Patricia Hilliard Nunn, Dr. Colin Banks, and Reverend T.A. Wright at their November 8th meeting. Assuming that they don't find anything of concern in their background, all 3 will be submitted to the County Commission for selecting their top person on December 14th. Then after we know who the subject for the sculpture is, then we can put out our call to artists.
Okay, and B, we've already done with the previous topic, correct? Fire Station 33?
Yes.
Next is the Jack Duran's art loan application agreement, but obviously we can't vote on it tonight.
That is correct. I didn't know if anybody wanted to look at her work, so that's what's.
It's pretty.
You guys did it before?
Yes,
Yeah, have we seen her work before?
No,
I don't
No.
think so.
no. So she's a first-time applicant. So I believe she has 4 pieces.
They're nice. But at watercolor or oil?
Now, let's see what they are. Okay, let's see. They're oil.
And do we know what month she'll be assigned?
I believe my next available month would be starting in January. So they get to display their work for 3 months. And I have to check right now, but we do have 2 artists currently on exhibit, and I believe they go through December. So she would start January. So if we can't do a formal vote today, that's perfectly okay. We could do it at our December meeting and still give her plenty of time.
Okay, and so the next item is the annual work plan and accomplishment report.
In your packet, I had provided the draft work plan and accomplishments. And so it's here if anybody had any changes, concerns, thoughts? This is something that we provide to the Board of County Commissioners annually. And so, Mr. Chair, you're welcome to either come and present, like stand behind the podium and talk about it, or if you don't feel comfortable doing that, we just put it on a consent agenda, so it gets approved when they approve the agenda.
On consent with me.
Okay.
Did anybody have anything they wanted to add or any comments on it?
Let's see, the work plan looks great. I do want to let you guys know, if you don't remember, the WUFT Artistry in Motion, that's one of the programs that we pretty much co-sponsored with UF. And I sat on their advisory board selecting the artists. So this coming Friday night at the Oak Hall, they're having a reception featuring all of the artists that were part of the Artistry in Motion. So if any council members could attend, it'd be great.
I plan to be there.
Okay, awesome.
Anybody else as far as the work plan and accomplishment report? All righty, and next is something I'm excited about, with the logo discussion.
So we did receive a couple of submittals. Our communications office had done the one that you're looking at here, as well as this one, whenever we were doing the original art tag promotions. And so we were thinking we would order some t-shirts for the tax collector office staff to kind of get a little excitement about it. But we did not purchase the shirts. So those logos, you know, they were just already available. And then we had Queen, she submitted these two.
I think 3 or 4.
Okay, so these 4 here. And so those are her original designs. And then the communications office, I guess they were feeling a little creative, and so they came up with a couple more for consideration.
As far as the logo for like any letterhead or anything like that, I like this one that's on the screen now. It doesn't matter 1 or 2, but going back to when you said about promoting the arts tag, I definitely like the first 2 that the county did, which is the one with the, you know, the shoes and the paintbrush and everything. If we can use those for future, you know, trying to get more people to get the arts tag, with the addition of adding the little license plate on the second picture, because it's not on the second picture. But obviously up to the council as far as what sort of logo they would want to go with.
And then we also had a citizen submit some for consideration. So that's all of them.
They're all nice.
And there's no need to make a decision tonight if nobody wants to, but just something. Oh, I didn't see this one. The last one that has like the mask faces. That one submitted by somebody in the public. The one right before the
this one here.
Conference. Yeah.
Yes, that was submitted by a member of the public.
Oh, okay. But if nobody has anything to say about that, next is our conference discussion.
So this is really starting to come together. And so thank you so much. We have a couple of Arts Council members who have volunteered to help with sessions. We've got sponsors for the entire day. At this point, we've had 10 people register, and hint, hint, I have not received registrations from all of the Arts Council members. Again, it's free, but I just need to know that you're coming so that I can plan to have enough food for you. So one person is virtual, the other 9 currently are in person.
So we have to show up.
Just so I know you're coming, yeah, just. Well, that's true. I know you're coming. I know you're coming. But anyway, so we've got a new sponsorship too. So the Gainesville Fine Arts Association has offered to do our morning beverage break.
Okay.
And then we had the folks that had sponsored us from the 2019 that we had to postpone because of COVID. They said, just hold on to it. Whenever you guys do it, that's perfect. And so we already had Linda Blonheim, she's just a citizen, and she thought that this was important. Visit Gainesville is our lunch sponsor. And then we also have an afternoon break from Lanza Gallery and Art Supplies. They're out of High Springs. So Tina Corbett.
And
Oh, go ahead.
Why Not Theater, did they back out of it or?
So they're not a sponsor at this point. However, Paul is doing, oh, here we go. The cycle management of successful arts and cultural organizations. So he's doing a session for us.
Okay.
But one of the sponsorship, they did that different levels. I don't know if you remember having that conversation, you know, for so much money, you get this kind of recognition. And so Visit Gainesville's logo is on the Arts Council webpage because they did the premium sponsorship, and I'm not calling it the right thing. But anyway, one of the things for them taking that sponsorship was that their logo would be on the website. So that has been.
Yeah, I saw it today when I went on the site.
Very nice. Looks good.
Yeah.
I don't remember if I've
Okay.
registered yet or not. Can we register online or do we have to fill out this paper?
So it's a online form.
Okay.
So all you have to do is just click on it from the Arts Council website and I can send it to you. And then you
Okay.
just like save it somewhere and then attach it to me and send it to me.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll get that email out to you guys. So you'll get at least 3 emails from me because I'm trying to keep everything separate.
Alrighty. And any other comments or anything with the conference discussion? I don't see any. Is there anybody for public comment?
Yep, I'm here. Faye Williams.
Go ahead, Miss
I'm
Faye.
listening. Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Hey, I want to ask a question. Was there some kind of community report about the sculpture? Was
Are you
there a
talking about the
meeting
West
where
Lawn?
people- Yes, about the West Lawn.
So no, there's not a community report. I know that the community remembrance program, that they take minutes. And so we could get minutes for you from that meeting. And then also the Historic Commission does minutes as well.
So how were those 3, what are the names again? The people who were chosen?
Sure. So Dr. Patricia Hilliard-Nunn,
Mhm.
let's see, Cullen Banks, and
Mhm.
T.A. Wright. So
Yeah,
off the
okay.
top of my head, we had 10 or 11 submittals. We put out a media advisory and we asked for people to nominate folks. And so of those 10 or 11 were submitted. And then the Community Remembrance Program Committee reviewed all of the information that was submitted. And then from there, they recommended those 3.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember back in the day, we said we would not have anybody's face, you know? And then the guy, who was the person that donated the $50,000? That changed everything. So,
Yeah. Yeah, so the board, they changed direction and they decided that it was okay to have, you know, it recognized somebody. And as a matter of fact, Commissioner Wheeler brought that up. Oh, I'm sorry?
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
That Commissioner Wheeler had brought up that concern because the Arts Council talked about that at either a last meeting or the meeting before. Our poet laureate and then Queen also brought up, you know, I thought we weren't going to be honoring like a specific person. So Commissioner Wheeler brought it up to the Board of County Commissioners and they said, nope, we're happy with the current direction of it honoring somebody. So that's how we're proceeding.
Do you remember which meeting that was? I want to go back and look at it.
The Board of County
That
Commissioners meeting,
Mm-hmm.
it was the second one in September.
2nd September.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so the board
Look
voted
at a
on it,
calendar.
and that's where we have the faces. Okay, so the county board voted on it. That's where we have the faces. Okay, that answered my question. Well, I'm still going to come up and protest, but you know, I love all 3 of them, but I don't believe you need to have faces there. So,
Well, there, and just so
I'm
you
still-
know, so you come to the right meeting. I'm planning on it going to the board December 14th.
Right, so the next, yeah, I'm going to the next, board meeting, and that's on what date?
So
County
our
board
next
meeting?
board meet, our next county board meeting is actually November 9th, but this item won't be on until the December 14th. So you're welcome to come to all the meetings.
Yeah,
But as
yeah,
far as
I
this,
can-
this thing, it's on the December 14th agenda.
Yeah, I'll speak at both places. Okay,
Okay.
that's good, but thank you very much.
Sure.
So I'm still stuck on peace, love, and justice, because I think it should be symbols, not faces. That's me, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fay. Anyone else? Hearing none, the Arts Council of Alachua County workshop adjourned at 6:01 p.m.
Thank you. Have a nice week.
Good evening.
Thank you, bye.
Have a good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.